Welcome to the BBC.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the BBC. I'm all bundled up because we just got back from Miami. I'm here with Becca today, and we just had one of the most successful boot camps we've ever done. What an amazing event. Everything from the hotel that we stayed at, that we hosted it at, to our guests that came. And yeah, we just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about how amazing it was. It was so good.
Yeah, it was so good. And she's not just saying that, it was. So if you're a professional listening, you're an esthetician, or you own a business where you offer beauty services, you need to come to one of our private events. They are so impactful and valuable. And if you're just a regular person, don't forget about in-person events, because sometimes brands, they do events for everybody, not just the professionals. And I feel like we all get so caught up in the online social media world nowadays that we forget about getting involved with your community and going out there and networking and meeting people. It's so impactful.
Yeah, that's a really good point that you bring up, Becca. I think of all the networking events that I went to as a business owner to try to drive traffic, or maybe even a brand, my friend worked for Absolute Vodka, and he always had brand events at a restaurant and stuff. And that's kind of I don't know if maybe I'm just old that I'm not going to this stuff anymore, but it's kind of forgotten about through COVID and stuff. I think people have really forgotten about that. There is stuff that's going on in the community.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a great way to meet people, no matter what industry or career you're in. That's a really good way to network with people that are in your city that are maybe doing things that you want to do, or one thing Luba talks about in the boot camps that really resonated with me this last week is she talks about expanding your circle and the people you surround yourself with and how they can impact you. And she really drives it home, you guys. It's like a TED Talk.
Yeah, speaking of TED Talk.
About that, and I was like, wow, that's so true. And, I want to make some changes personally as well. But events are a good way to do that. So if you are a professional, though, this episode is mostly geared towards you. We have some really cool other boot camps coming up. But this one in Miami, why was it one of your favorites, Luba?
The ease of the hotel was a big plus. I think that Bryght makes everything look very easy on the outside, but behind closed doors, there's a lot of planning and a lot of stuff. And if you don't have the right partner, and in this situation, I'm talking about the hotel vendor, it can get very, very stressful. And you know what, Becca, I need to say it, Miami's my place. Miami's my city. Just feel a calling from it. It's like home. So I think that's why it was one of my favorite events too.
Yeah, you've got something karmic in the universe happens in Miami.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. When I went because I talked about, I may be giving away some of my little secrets here, but one of the things that I talked about, how much do I want to talk about this? But okay, you'll remember, Becca, I talked about write down something specific to try to pivot. And one of my things was, working out in the middle of the day. So today I went for a workout in the middle of the day. And guess what song was playing? The very first song that was playing when I walked in. Moving to Miami.
Oh my God, you're joking.
No.
That's funny.
No, there's a thing. The people that were there were great. And, Becca was just talking about how I talk about aligning yourself with the right people and what they bring to your life. Do they fill your cup or do they empty your cup? Surrounding yourself with the right people that will allow you to grow as a person, as a business owner. The people that are going to this, all of those people need to be friends, because they've all invested time and money and took time away from their business and their family and their friends. And when we talk about share and exchange contact information and work together, those are the people that you really want to surround yourself with. And there's a reason why we only do 10, 12, maybe 15 tickets at a time. Like the room that we had booked at both boot camps, Dallas and Miami, and the one that we have coming up in Atlanta, like it's very small, it's very intimate, and it's very hands-on for training and for the other parts, like whether it be Becca's part, her marketing part, my part, it's very tailored. And what I love about Becca's portion of it is she talks about how to market. And I think we get wound up in this new world of what we should be doing, and we don't ask the question on why we're doing it. It's just what we should be doing this. And we went through this with Bryght recently when we kind
we're
of
still going through it, y'all.
Yeah. Well, we kind of talk about, where do we put our funds and our money for the advertising and stuff like that. And we also decided to pivot. So we give you guys so much information. This isn't just coming to this is definitely not like coming to one of our classes at the show. At all. It's very, very different. It's very intimate. You get to ask all your questions. You get to demonstrate with our trainer. Shout out to Barbie, who was amazing as a trainer. We talk about marketing. We talk about, the hardship of being a business owner, and talk about setting goals. Like there's so much that's jam-packed into one day, and the value of this, like I only see this getting bigger and better. Buy your tickets now.
Yeah, it's really impactful. So we have different kind of curriculums. So at the trade shows, we do classes there. That's more of a demonstration and the brand story. Then we have online webinars that are, again, like a little intro, and those are free. Then we have training videos that are pretty low cost, and those are just the protocol, nothing else. And then we have one-on-one training with a trainer that you can get for $333. So if that's your angel number, take this as your sign. And that's about 2 hours one-on-one with a trainer where you go through the protocol and contraindications and ingredients and like all the technical aesthetic stuff. And then we have these boot camps where it's kind of like a blend of everything plus more. So at the boot camps, you get certified training. So we still go through the protocol and some of the technicalities of the aesthetics portion of it. But then you also get this other portion where I teach you a little bit about marketing and how to think differently. And then Luba has a large portion where she puts the boot camp in the boot camp, I say. Like she kicks your ass in the best way possible. And she's like that friend that gives you the honest truth, even if it's hard to hear. And all of that for the price that it's currently at and the value, it's literally, okay, so you guys, just so you understand, we had somebody at this last boot camp in Miami who had to leave a little bit early to catch a flight. So I filmed the rest of it for her on my iPhone. I was like, we'll upload it to YouTube and you can watch it so you don't miss anything. Yeah, it's unlisted. And so I uploaded it to YouTube, and YouTube flagged it for copyright because it thought it was a TED Talk. Which is crazy. Luba messaged me and she was like, hey, can you look at this? And I was like, it's because they think you're giving a TED Talk.
It's wild. That's the universe speaking.
Like, yeah, like it really is. And we change it every time. It's a little bit different because, we get new ideas and we make it better. So there was some things in Luba's portion this time that I hadn't seen before. And I was like, doing the activity at the back and writing down my answers to the questions she was asking. And then like this last weekend, I was like, oh, I don't know if like where I'm at with my like friends is making me happy anymore. So
yeah,
that was like, you put the bug in my ear where I was like, okay, well, behind closed doors, Luba jokes, and she says, if it's not making me happy, if it's not making me less stressed, or if it's not making me money, or it's, it's not for me. And there's some more like cuss words and vulgarness in there, but that's the PG version. And I've seen it online too. Like, there's quotes and things, you can get it on pillows, but it's tough when you don't set boundaries with yourself and you do things you don't want to do, or aren't aligned. And I know I'm not the only one that had a revelation in that class as well. There was a student in there who shared something personal that
Very
kind of
personal.
just went off the light bulb for her as well. So
Yeah, I literally have
it's
goosebumps.
really, really cool.
Yeah. And I remember I shared that with my partner, and he was like, his jaw was just on the ground, because it's a life changing decision that she's going to make.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe that was not really talked about or thought about before, because we get into this like crazy routine of like, this is just how it is. And I just need to push through this and everything will be okay. But we don't really look at like, what do people bring into our lives? And, are they energy vampires, or are they feeding our soul? Do I get something out of it? And when I say that, like, I'm not saying it in a sense of like, you need them to do something, or you need like financial stuff, but do they fill your cup? Like, how do you feel after you spend time with them? Right? Like, was it a positive conversation? Was it negative? Was it gossiping? Was it like, what do they bring to the table, and what sort of life do you want to live?
I
Right?
think it all comes back to like, do you have control over your own life, and realizing that you do get to make the decisions, and they might be tough and hard, but you can change your life. And it's good to have someone that reminds you of that in a supportive way. Like this guest in particular, maybe she had talked about that idea before, but maybe it wasn't met with like supportiveness.
And remember our guests that when we were standing at the front, they were on the right, and they were kind of like laughing and like kind of kicking each other and stuff. And she was like, oh, because I was like, what's going on here, girls? And they were like, oh my God, I've been telling her this, this, and this. And I like, this is a sign. This is a sign. She has to do like, it was, I don't know. It was just very like, again, I'm very spiritual in the sense of like giving things to the universe and allowing the universe to speak. And then you follow in that direction and you're guided, and things just become easier. Right. So if you are struggling in your business, or even if you're not, but if you're a solopreneur, I know exactly what that feels like. Like, it's a very, I said this over and over, it's the loneliest place in the world. So if I'm able to do these boot camps and connect a small group of people across the country to have an outlet, like, that's what I would have loved. I would have loved all of that, and having all of that information about like, this is what it's going to be like to be a business owner. And trust me, there are things that I said that people probably were not happy about, but it's the truth, right? I would have loved to have someone talk to me about, different stages of marketing and what I should be looking at, because there's no one to bounce ideas off of. And then of course the product training is just, to see the magic happen in front of your eyes with Bryght is something like nothing I've ever seen before.
Yeah, it's honestly, you think you'd get used to it, seeing it so much. And like, we obviously know that the product works, but still doing these events, anytime where someone is up close and they can see the product work before their eyes. And some of these people at this last boot camp, they already had Bryght in their business. So they've already used it and seen it. And even they were still like, wow, oh my God, it works. And just hearing that audibly, like, that must feel so good for you, Luba. And I know I'm always shocked all the time. I'm like, wow, that's so cool.
I know. No, it's
like, it doesn't get old.
No. I think it's like, the energy that we surround ourselves with, the people that come to these boot camps, like, it's and people traveled. We only had 2 people from Florida. Everyone else, like, they got on a plane. They got a hotel room. They had to buy food. Like, they all traveled.
It's a big investment.
We can talk to you guys till like about how amazing we are and how amazing this is till we're blue in the face. But let's read a comment that we got.
Okay, you guys. So
we
had so many people had amazing feedback, but 2 people wrote a review on our website, which, if you're listening, if you went to this boot camp, or if you've had any other amazing experience with Bryght, please write a review on our website, because we read them and it just makes our day. So Callie, who was at our boot camp, she said, Barbie, Becca, and Luba put together an absolutely amazing boot camp. I took the online training certification course before, and then I also attended the boot camp. I learned so much and got lots of hands-on experiences, which can't be beat. I would absolutely attend another boot camp and plan on sending my first employee to one as well. And this is from someone that's already done the training. She's been using Bryght, and she loved this boot camp, which is awesome. But then she says she would go to another one again.
Yeah.
Like, to see the same thing more than once speaks volumes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And then Kimberly, who's also already had been using Bryght, she said, had a fantastic training time with Luba and Becca. I'm so sad I had to leave early to catch my flight home. This was a fun interactive training session I would highly recommend. Luba is a great motivational speaker and makes you want to be better.
She didn't even stay for the whole thing. She had to leave early.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You guys, there was more than one person that flew in that morning, and then that night they were flying out.
Yeah. And those are the people you need to align yourself with.
Yeah.
That's the hustle. That's
like making it happen even if they can't stay overnight. Like, that's just, I'm just amazed, you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, we're so lucky. So on that note, if we've hyped you up enough, we've got a couple events that are coming up. One is the Chippendales Galentine's Day Mixer. So this is a little bit different. I won't be necessarily doing a speech at this. Becca's not going to be speaking, but we will have the one-on-one certification. And this, you guys, because I picked the room in Vegas, we're literally going to bleach a butthole with an entire view of the strip. Like, it is.
Which is iconic.
It like really is iconic. How amazing is that? When I saw this room, I was like, yes, sir, I'll take this one. We're gonna feed you. We're gonna have dinner. The boys are gonna be in our suite with us, the Chippendale boys. You will have a mix and mingle with our team. So myself, Becca, Robin, Aaron's gonna be there. We've got a distributor that's flying in all the way from Pakistan.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I told my trainer that today, and he was like, jaw was on the ground. He's like, are you kidding? I was like, no, she's flying in from Pakistan.
Blessed.
Like, it is wild. We've got a fancy man bartender that's going to be there making some Bryght signature drinks. We've got a champagne toast in the Flirt Lounge, which is attached to the Chippendales Theater. Then we have VIP tickets to go watch the boys. So you'll watch them perform. There's a mix and mingle with them afterwards and a group photo with the boys. Like, I don't know if I've missed anything, but this is going to be iconic. This is the first time that we're doing a Galentine's Day event. And, I just really wanted to do it as a thank you, back to our customers, the professionals. And, for those that are single, maybe during Galentine's, or those that maybe need a little break from our spouses, need to get away. But just like really just wanted to like reconnect with the community, have a good time, and just do something different. How fun is this?
It's going to be so cool, you guys. I think you hit everything. I'm just reading it now. Yeah, you can get it with product as well. If you don't have product already, you can get just the certified training and the event. So you're going to get certified. We have cocktails, dinner, Chippendales, and the VIP tickets and getting a photo with the Chippendales. If you guys have never been to a Chippendales show, that's like very sought after. The lineup to get a photo with them is usually very long, and to be able to just bypass that all and walk to the front, like, if you are maybe not feeling your self-confidence this year, if you need a God complex, you need to come to this event, because walking past a lineup of people to skip to the front of the line and have everyone look at you like, oh, like, what's the secret they know that I don't know, is so fun.
Yes.
And the Chippendales, I mean, they have documentaries and movies, and there's been podcast episodes about them. So if you aren't familiar with who they are, you need to get up out under that rock and look it up, because this is the event for Valentine's Day this year.
Yeah, you guys do not want to miss this at all. at all. Then we have another boot camp, and that is happening on May the 6th, and that's going to be in Hotlanta.
Oh my gosh. So Georgia peach.
Yeah, bleach those
Perfect.
peaches. Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm excited for this because there's really nothing that goes on for the beauty industry in Georgia as far as I know with skin. There's no shows there. I don't know what they get for training there and stuff, but it has always been on my bucket list that I've wanted to go there. We've met an amazing entrepreneur, Candy Shaw. You can go back and listen to her podcast that she did with us. And we're actually going to be doing our boot camp in her studio.
Yeah, which happened because of this podcast, you guys.
Yeah.
So go back and listen to her episode. I think it's called The Bali Llama.
Yeah.
Or Candy Shaw. You type either of those into our search bar and you'll see it. But it's too bad she won't be there, but it will be fun.
A prime example of collaboration versus competition.
Yeah.
We live by what we talk about and what we say. So again, that one is going to be certified training. We're going to feed you for lunch. We're going to have business talk by me, some marketing advice from Becca, live demo, hands-on experience. Again, the education is only $333. If you want product and education, it's only $999. So right now we are not charging any extra for any of the advice that we are giving when it comes to business advice and marketing and all the additional training and hands-on training that you get. It literally is just the certification cost or the product kit with education. There's no upcharge on it. It's a little bit silly and a little bit crazy. Maybe that'll change, but right now it is what it is. Buy your tickets.
Yeah, and you guys, if you want to do an event like this with us, if you want to get certified, whether or not you already have the product, if you want to try the products and you want certification, this is the best way and the most value to get it. And we, as a team, we always have to bargain with Luba about the price of these boot camps. So I imagine next year is probably going to be a different story.
Yes.
But like she said, right now, there's literally no upcharge for the event and the extra material that we go through. So I always tell people, if you can make it, this is the best, because when else are you going to get one-on-one time with a founder,
But
for literally not even $1 more than you would pay anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the information with the entire team, right? I think that we've done a really good job building a brand from the ground up. There was no handouts. There's no, money from mommy and daddy that started a business. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, but this is grassroots on how to build a business and what to expect and the things that I wish that someone had told me and the mistakes that I made and all of those things. So highly recommended. Check out the link in our bio or in the write-up that Becca will put in, and all the information's there. I cannot wait to meet you guys on this level. We never have enough time at the shows to say hello to everyone, to really make an impact. This will make an impact on your business.
Yeah, I can promise you. And that link will have all of our upcoming events where we're at trade shows and different things around the North American continent. So we're doing way more cities and locations this year. If you didn't catch us in the last few years, go and look at that link and see where you can come and meet us, whichever location is closest to you. Galentine's Day with the Chippendales on Valentine's Day, I would recommend that because it's probably going to be, they're all fun, but Galentine's will be a special type of fun. The boot camp is you're ready to put your nose to the grindstone. So they're different vibes, but they're both really amazing and really fun.
Come to both. We had people come to the Vegas mixer that didn't take any of the education because she just wanted to hang out and pick our brains.
That's true. So we've done one mixer before in the past in Vegas, not with a Chippendales show, but we had some Chippendales at the event to kind of schmooze. And we had one guest, you're right, I forgot about that,
Mhm.
who literally, she skipped out on the training. She was like, no, I'm good. I've already done the certified training with a trainer. And she just sat on the sofa with us and just didn't even talk about business, just like chit-chatted and hung out. Like she didn't have like advice questions or she was just getting a tax write-off and hanging out with Luba.
Absolutely. And that, what better place to do that in than Vegas? And like I said, where else, what other brand is going to let you bleach a butthole with this view of the entire Vegas Strip? It is the best view in town. I cannot wait to walk in there in the evening and just see that strip lit up.
At sunset too. It'll be beautiful. It's like, it's a huge suite, you guys. It's bigger than my apartment.
That's crazy.
It's massive.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And I'm so excited for the food and all of the things. And I've got some games that I'm going to play with the Chippendales that Becca doesn't even know about yet.
Wow.
I've been working on some stuff.
Pin the joke hit on the Chippendale.
So it'll be very interactive with the boys, if you know what I mean.
Oh my God. I think you might even get to touch them.
Yes, you will.
You might get to smell them.
Yes. Yes, you will. Yeah. I'm doing God's work.
It's going to be so fun. So go and look at that link in our bio if you are looking for a network of other estheticians and business owners who are serious about this industry. It can be hard to find in your own town if you're not surrounded by the right people. So doing things like this is a good way to mingle with people that are like-minded as you.
Can't wait to see you guys.
See you on Valentine's Day.